Hello everyone, welcome to the second lecture in the Indian economy series. Imagine a time when moving a large shipment or even a letter across India could take weeks, even months. Roads were little more than dusty trails and communication was barely faster than word of mouth. Yet, when India gained independence in 1947, a surprising legacy of infrastructure, from railways to universities, was left behind by the British. Today we'll uncover how this infrastructure was built, who was behind it, and what it means for us today. Let's start with a question. Why would a colonial power build such infrastructure at all? The British government didn't set out the to develop India for India's sake. Instead, they built it primarily for governance, control, and profit. We discussed about this in the first lecture. Moving goods and troops was difficult, and India's economy held huge potential for British interests. But as the infrastructure grew, it began to serve dual purposes, benefiting both the rulers, in some cases, the people. Take the railways for instance. When the British aimed to streamline the movement of resources and troops, the railway network eventually allowed people across the vast regions of India to connect as never before. The railways soon became a vital part of daily life for millions, connecting markets, cities, and people in a way that made India feel, for the first time, like one connected country. Isn't it fascinating that the project, designed for imperial interest, ended up knitting the nation together? To understand these projects evolved, how we need to look at powerful personalities behind them. Let's meet the three key figures who are Lord Dalhousie, Charles Canning, and Charles Wood. So Dalhousie is a dynamic, forceful leader with a passion for modernization. He believed colonial rule had a civilizing mission. Under his leadership, the Public Works Department was born, and he set India's railways and telegraph lines in motion. But Dalhousie's legacy was mixed. His aggressive policies also led to wars and controversial annexation of Awadh, fueling the simmering anger that burst into the 1857 rebellion, which is the first war of independence. So after Dalhousie's departure, Charles Canning, the first viceroy, took the reins. Imagine trying to keep a country together while managing the aftermath of a major rebellion. Canning's focus was as much on stabilizing British control as on continuing modernization, balancing India's needs with the strained resources left by his predecessors' adventures. So, next comes Charles Wood. Wood's contribution might be the most relatable to us today. He was the mastermind behind Wood's dispatch, an educational policy that led to the founding of universities in India. His policies marked the beginning of state-aided education, and his vision laid a foundation for higher learning. University education flourished, yet primary education lagged, a reflection of the selective development approach the British took. So, while these administrators had their goals, their actions left a mixed legacy. Infrastructure like roads, railways, irrigation, and universities improved lives for many Indians, but it wasn't always developed equally across regions. The unevenness infrastructure had lasting impacts, which we can still see today. And he's a thought to consider. Could the British have imagined that the railways, roads, and universities they built would one day play a part in the movement for independence? Infrastructure that was designed to keep control ironically became the backbone of a united, independent India. Today, as we look back at this legacy, it's clear that infrastructure development was more than just a colonial project. It was the start of a journey that continues today, connecting regions, shaping societies, and creating opportunities. This mixed legacy serves as a reminder that the roads and railways we travel, the courts, universities, and hospitals we rely on are not just physical structures but also historical stories that have helped shape our society and its future.